In the last lecture, I discussed the block diagram of phase lock loop. It has a 4-block phase detector, low pass filter, error amplifier and voltage control oscillator. We have also seen the basic importance of the VCO, phase detector, low pass filter and error amplifier. We have also defined and also we have seen some definition of the capture range, locking range and pull-on time. There are the two types of the phase detector. Today we will see the phase detector. There are two types of the phase detector. One is analog phase detector, and second is digital phase detector. Today I am discussing analog phase detector. Topic name is analog phase detector. The symbolic diagram of analog phase detector is shown in the figure. I am showing you the symbolic diagram of the analog phase detector. This is also known as a switch type phase detector. Here is the switch. This switch is S, let me say, and we are giving here the output of VCO. Output of VCO we are connecting to this point. Let me say this frequency is FO, and this is your input signal is what? FS. So here output you will get error voltage. You already know this diagram, just I am showing you for your understanding. This is your phase detector. Here is the output of VCO view. This is a block diagram of that I am showing you. PLL is a low pass filter. This is your error amplifier, and output of error amplifier is given to the VCO. This is your, here you can say FO. This is a input signal FE, and this will give the some output VE here, error voltage. So this is your this voltage VE. Now listen, the symbolic representation of analog type phase detector is as shown in figure. This is the electronic switch I am showing you. Okay, this is the input signals coming from this. This is the output of VCO, and as a result you will get some output of the phase detector, that is I have written VE. Here the VCO waveform is a square wave. This electronic switch is open or closed when square wave is positive at this point. When square wave is positive, when positive half of the square wave will appear here, then switch is closed. Or you can say switch is closed and open is determined by the square wave coming from the voltage control oscillator. Switch is closed during the positive half of the output of VCO. This means the input signaling This means input signal is chopped at the repetition rate determined by the VCO frequency. The electronic switch is closed or open by the square wave coming from the VCO. When square wave of the VCO is positive, then switch S is closed. This means the input signal is chopped at the repetition rate determined by the VCO frequency. Now I am showing you in this diagram I am showing you the output of VCO and input signal with different phase phi with FO and its corresponding error voltage I will show you. In this diagram I am showing you VO. VO is the output of VCO. This. And this input signal I am showing you like this. This is your input signal. This is your input signal. The phase of this input signal with FO is 0. You can see here. The phase of the FO and FS is 0. Phase of FO and FS is 0. This switch is closed only during the positive half of the square wave coming from the VCO. So during this time switch is closed. So as switch is closed during this time, this means this much waveform will be passed through the switch, and VE is nothing but you will get during this much, during only positive half of the input signal Fs. So I will show you this much waveform is passing through the switch. So this average voltage, or it is called error voltage is during this half, the average voltage is given by this way. So this is your average voltage or error voltage. That is the output of phase detector. This is the output of phase. Listen again. During the positive half of the waveform coming from VCO, the switch is closed. This signal is coming at this point. At this point, this is a signal. So you can say phase difference between the Fs, this is your Fs, and this FO is 0. So during the positive half, only this much half of the AC input signal is passed to the switch, and its average value will be shown by the dotted line. So this average value or error voltage is positive. So this is your VE. This value is VE. So VE I am showing you. This value, this is your VE. This is your VE. I think you understand. So when phase difference between Fs and FO is 0, then your error voltage produced at the output of phase detector is positive. Now in second waveform, the phase difference between this Fs and this switch, the phase difference between Fs and FO is 90 degrees. So this 90 degree, yes. This is your 90 degree, like this. Then what will happen? See here, this is your switch, this is the output of the VCO, this is the incoming signal Fs. We know that when square wave positive, when there is a positive half of the square wave appear at this point at FO, then this switch is closed. So during this positive half, switch is closed means when this is your input signal, only this much portion of the input signal will be passed to the switch. It will be passed to the switch. Look here. When positive half of the square wave of the VCO appear at this point, then switch is closed. This means when there is a 90-degree phase shift between Fs and Fo, then only this much portion I have shown by dotted or cross line, this much portion of the input signal is passed through the switch. Only this much portion will be passed, during this positive half of the FO. As a result, average voltage will be 0. So I am showing you average of this will be 0, or you can say error voltage VE is 0, means this voltage will be 0. When there is a 90-degree phase between input signal Fs and output of VCO FO, then this much portion of the input signal pass through the switch. As a result, average voltage VE will be 0. So first diagram show there is a 0 phase shift between the Fs and Fo. Second diagram shows that there is a 90-degree phase shift between Fs and Fo. For a 0 diagram, for a 0 phase shift between Fs and Fo, you will get positive error voltage. For a 90-degree phase shift between incoming frequency Fs and Fo, then you will get 0 error voltage at the output of the phase detector. Now I am showing you 180-degree phase shift between this if there is a 180-degree phase shift with FO, if there is a 180-degree between the phase shift between output of VCO and input signal, then you can say that during this much this much portion will be passed. During this time your switch is closed. So these and these if I combine, only this much portion of the signal will be passed. You know that the signal will be passed only during the positive half of the square wave of the signal. So here you will get negative average value. So average value of this is negative. So this error voltage is negative. You can say V is what? Negative. So when there is a 180-degree phase shift between, when there is a 180-degree phase shift between this input signal and this then error voltage is negative. When there is a 180 degree phase shift, when this is negative, this will be positive. So I am telling you 180 degree phase shift. When there is a 180 degree phase shift between square wave and input signal, then during the positive half of the square wave, only this much portion, only negative half of the input will be passed to the switch. As a result, negative error voltage is developed. Listen again. For a zero phase shift between Fs and this square wave, you can see that during the positive half switch is closed, so during this much time, this much signal passing through the switch. As a result, positive error voltage is developed. This is the average value of this half sine wave. Let us discuss again. This is your output of the VCO. This is the input signals. You can see that these signals and the input signal Fs having a zero phase, and we know that when square wave during the positive half of the square wave, your switch is closed, so you will get this much portions at the output of the switch, which is given to the filter circuit, and filter gives its error. The filter gives the error signal, and its average value is this. That average is shown here. When the phase shift between this square wave FO and the input signal is 90 degree, then only this much portions shown by the dotted line passes to the switch, and we can say that average value of plus and minus will be 0. When phase difference between FO and Fs is 180 degree, then only negative half of this Fs will be passed through the switch, because this is the positive at this time, this will appear, so you will get negative error voltage. These figures show that phase information only for half of the input waveform is detected and average. Therefore, this phase detector is also called half wave phase detector. These figures show that the phase information only for half of the input waveform is detected and average. So, this phase detector is also called half wave phase detector. This diagram shows that when phase difference between input signal and signal coming from VSO is 90 degree, then error voltage is 0. Means circuit is locked. This diagram shows that error voltage is 0. Means when the phase difference between incoming input signal Fs and signal coming from VCO, FO, that is FO, is 90 degree, then error voltage is 0 and PLL is locked. So, for the perfect lock, the phase of the VCO, phase of the output of VCO should be 90 degree with phase of the input signal Fs. Now, let us do the analysis of the phase detector. Analysis. We know that phase detector is one type of the multiplier. So let us say the input signal is given by this equation. Suppose I am giving the input signal like this, and the signal coming from the VCO is given by this equation, where phi is the phase difference. A phase detector is basically multiplier which multiply the two signal. One is input signal, second is the signal coming from VCO. As a result, the output of the phase detector is proportional to the multiplication of these two, or let me write this proportional to the, so it is some, I can write it is a some constant k, or I can write it is k into Vs Vo sine 2 pi Fst into sine 2 pi Fot plus phase phi. So if I multiply by this and multiply by 2 and divide by 2, so I can write this equation in this way. Here I will mention Fst sine 2 pi F0t plus phi. You already know that 2 sine A sine B is equal to cos A minus B minus cos A plus B. So I can write output of phase detector is nothing but the K Vs Vo by 2 into cos A minus B 2 pi Fst minus 2 pi F0t minus phi minus cos, it is you can write 2 pi Fst plus 2 pi F0t plus phase phi. When phase detector is a multiplier which multiply the two signal, one signal from input, one signal is input signal, second is the signal from VCO, one signal is the input signal, second signal is VO. So this V proportional to this two, there is a attenuation constant, or you can say phase detector gain. So that I have written. Now this is multiply and division. So this is a trigonometric property I have used. So you are getting this equation of output voltage of phase detector. If Fs and Fes are equal, then above equation you can write. This is your cos minus phi minus cos, this is your 2 times 2 pi F0 or Fs t plus phi. Look here, when these two are equal, then this is cancelled. So you will get this equation. Okay. So this is the equation of the output voltage when both the signal will be equal. One signal is input signal and second signal will be signal coming from VCO. When frequency of input signal and signal frequency of the VCO is equal, then the output of the phase detector will be like this. So it has a two term. The output of the phase detector has a two term. One is a constant term, second is a AC term having a double the frequency or it has a higher frequency, 2 times of the input signal. So this equation shows that the output of the phase detector as a two term. One is DC having a cos phi, second is higher frequency term. The output of the phase detectors contain two terms. One is double frequency term, second is your DC terms, these are your DC terms, where K is a comparator gain or attenuation constant. The higher frequency term is removed by the low pass filter, and output of the low pass filter is only KVS VO by 2 into cos minus phi. You know that cos minus phi is cos phi. So the output of low pass filter is KVS and VO by 2 cos phi, and this is given to the VCO. The low pass filter, remove this term, then output of the low pass filter will be this, and this is given to the, after passing to the error amplifier, it is given to the modulating pin of the VCO or certain pin of the VCO. As a result, frequency of VCO will be changed. This equation indicates that when phi is pi by 2, then output will be 0. This show that when input signal Fs will be equal to Fo and phase is pi by 2 and phase is pi by 2, then the output of the low pass filter is 0 and the PLL obtain the perfect lock. So this is the main condition to get perfect lock. The frequency of input and frequency of FO should be equal, as well as its phase between these two signals should be pi by 2. Now there are two limitations of this phase detector. We have seen that output is nothing but the K, VS, VO, cos phi by 2. First problem, the output depends upon the strength of the input signal. As a result, gain of the comparator circuit depends upon the input signal. As input signal vary, then gain of the comparator is also vary. This is called the first limitation of the switch type phase detector. There are two limitations of a switch type phase detector. One is output depends upon the strength of the input signal. As a result, comparator gain also depends upon the strength of the input signal. Second, output proportional to cos phi. Cos phi is a non-linear function. It means output is a non-linear. Second limitation is output is proportional to cos phi. So output is a not linear. If output is proportional to phi, then you can say it is a linear. But output is proportional to this cos phi, so it is your non-linear function. These two limitations can be eliminated by converting the input signal into the square wave with the fixed amplitude. These two limitations can be overcome by converting the input signal into the square wave with fixed amplitude. and in a balanced modulator circuit, these two limitations will be overcome. In the next lecture, I will discuss balanced modulator circuit. Here is the end of your lecture.